That's what it is, that light-skinned boy, SK Vibemaker, Rinse TV, and we got a heavyweight sitting beside me, man, of the grime world. We're talking about Peakish, Last Phone Call, Dirtbag, Sambuca, Barclays. They're some of my favourite productions, man.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, man? Like, are you okay with that title of being one of the grime producer heavyweights?
Do you know what? Whatever you want to call me, that's totally up to you. But like, how I see it is, when I first came into the game, I knew what I was making, so there's no point me trying to say, oh, I don't make grime, because I do, and I love making grime. But I do want to be just that producer that just makes music anyway. But if you want to call me grime, then so be it. But one day you might have to rename me, who knows? Like, but for now, if I'm grime, then I'm grime. I'm not too bothered with that, you know. Music is music, speaks for itself.
One of the recent arguments, I sit down with people, I politic, I'm a music nerd, I sit down with people and we talk about all kinds of things music related. Okay. Now one of the debates at the moment is that within the grime scene, the producers are becoming more relevant than the MCs. Whereas if you would have said that 3-4 years ago, people would have just laughed. Like, the MCs were definitely much more relevant than the producers. But now there seems to be a tip in the balance. How do you feel about those arguments?
Do you know why that's happening? It's because of the change. It's the change of the fans. The fans are changing, whereas 8 to 9 years ago, like, the people that are listening, the girls and the boys that are listening to bashment and hip-hop, R&B and all of that, they would have been in the grime raves. Whereas we've got the whole Shoreditch crew now, like, different scenes, like there's different scenes where they don't even want to hear MCs no more. They will rather listen to the sound, the bass, the structure of the music, the percussions, everything. They want to listen it down to a T. So if once they like what they're hearing, they go crazy over that. They don't want to hear MC, and MC is just one voice. You see what I'm saying?
As a producer yourself, how is it different now? What's the main differences you spot in the game as opposed to now with the digital releases and when you used to put out vinyls before?
Do you know what it is with vinyls, yeah? Like, when I first put out my first vinyl, there was money in vinyl still. Like, I feel like when I put out my second one, I wasn't able to see that due to politics and people running away and me not knowing. Yeah, it happens. Like, you always come across dodgy people in the industry where they just always want to do a runner and rip you off and all of that, and I was part of that. So yeah, you just learn from your mistakes. But in my first one that I did myself, it was big, and like, obviously it's different. The shares and the cuts are different. With iTunes, it's like, what, 49p, 50p, or even 35p, depending on how much you sell it for. But with vinyls, like, per vinyl, you're getting like £3.50 a copy, or £4 a copy, £4.50 if you're lucky. You see what I'm saying? So you're seeing that per track. So if you start doubling things up and you're burning like 500 copies a month or every 2 weeks, you're breaking bread quicker than iTunes, because you're just waiting there, sitting there for that one person to buy your tune, and then next person, and then they even do deals where if you buy it as a whole, you get £1.49, where they've got like 4 tunes when it should be done separately. Like, it's all mad. It's a madness. So the value in money that's being made back is not a lot, but that's when you have to work harder. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like with the vinyls, there was more money in it. There was a lot more money in it. So if vinyl was still popular, we would definitely be able to say there's money in, a lot of money in grime. But there still is money in grime, but it's not as much as it used to be.
So I'm saying everything that goes up has to come down. Yeah, things that go up have to come down. I've seen man grow and crash to the ground.
So the latest single, Gravity, featuring C4.
Yeah.
It's definitely different to the signature Teddy sound.
Yeah,
like,
most
someone
definitely
would listen to that song and they wouldn't even know that Teddy produced it, apart from the signature at the beginning.
Exactly.
So tell us how the link up with C4 happened and why the venturing into the different kind of sound.
Because you know what happens? You see, to make my style of music, you can't just get on the computer and make it. That's what I've realised. You end up reusing sounds and all of that. And I was sitting on the computer and I was trying to make a Teddy beat. And I was like, bruv, I can't find no more sounds that represent Teddy's kind of style no more. Like, but I've got a whole load of sounds that can help me make a tune. So let's make a tune. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, let's make a next tune. Let's make something that isn't Teddy anymore. So I started making it, and I said, I'm liking this. Like, this is making me feel away right now. I'm liking this. Here's a little vibe, like. And then after that, I thought to myself, let's make everything soft at the start, nice warm bass, and then after it just comes in with a drum kit, and just keep it like that, and just keep it 16-bar change. And then once I done that, I thought, nah, this is nice. Like, it's a different kind of style. I said, who can I put on this? Like, and I started thinking, I was like, like someone that's easier and accessible to get to. So I was like, oh, you know what, C4's a nice guy, you know, and I'm sure we'll be able to work pretty well because he knows, like, he's hungry and he's on it, is what I'm saying. So I said, yeah, let's holler at C4. I said, C4, you know what, I think I've got a tune that can suit you. And he was like, yeah, like, send it over. So I sent it over to him, and he was like, yeah, this is a vibe, you know. He was like, all right, cool, I'm going to come up with something like next week, and I'll send it over to you. Let me know what you think. So, all right, cool. And then from there, engineer mixed it down, sent it to him. He's like, yeah, this is a sick mix. I said, all right, cool, let's go for it. He goes, yeah, I'm ready to shoot the video when you are. I said, all right, cool, say nothing. Holler at my director. He couldn't even think of, like, he had an idea, but was looking for locations. So then after that, I had to just go through a real expensive route of finding a venue, because we just couldn't find one that was cheap enough for a budget. So we just thought, you know what, we might as well just have to make risks and close our eyes and do it. So we just did that, and the video's here now. We're in a church and we're looking righteous, you get me?
I gotta say thank you very much for coming through, man. It's been SK Vibemaker, that light skin boy, Teddy Music.
Yeah.
Man,
thank you. You know what I like about you as well? The fact that you fire different kind of questions at me. You ain't done your average stuff, man. I appreciate that, brother, man. Like, you don't ask me the same, like, stuff that other people do, where you see people in 5 years' time and how you get here. And nah, man, like, I like you, man. I like you, brother.
Safe, man. You're done now.
No problem.